So much pain, I'm like, when's it gonna stop? So much pain, cause my life's been a lot. So much pain, I'm getting tired of these blocks. I'm in last place right now, but I soon reach the top. So much pain, I'm like, when's it gonna stop?
Welcome back to the Last Place podcast. It's been a while. It's been a little while. Last time we linked up, we was on holiday. We was in Morocco, Marrakesh. Shout out that holiday. Shout out Taf. We see you, my boy. Yeah, welcome back, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in again. Special guest. This is the first special guest we've had in a very long time. We did think about who was gonna have on next. We wasn't very sure who we was gonna have, but we came to the decision. And yeah, introduce yourself, bro.
Yeah, man. OMAR Buchanan, financial coach. Man of many talents as it stands at the moment in time. So I'm just trying to piece a lot of different things together. But I've been doing finance for the best part of 9-10 years. Helping people in football, helping people obviously in basketball, helping people with just normal day lives, bro, like us. But yeah, other than that, that's me. Family, friends, chilling, loving life as it stands at the moment. Yeah, man. Yeah,
that was a real professional. He said first and last name, you know. I love it, blood. I love it, blood.
Straight,
we've come far, blood.
100%.
We've come far, blood. I'm your host, Young Double, sexiest man alive, Sextron, Sexfelly, Sexton, all of the above.
It's your boy Big Tycoon, Mr. Chestnut Checkers, Mr. We're Not Going Anywhere.
And yeah, guys, how has everyone's week been? Omar, start with you, bro.
The week so far, bro,
tough.
So I got 2 kids in it, so it's difficult as it stands at the moment in time.
How old are you? How old are you, bro?
I'm 29. Kids are 1 and 3, and they are doing the damn thing because obviously, we've got half term in it coming up, so everyone's doing their thing. You're finishing school on finishing there, should I say, on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, other than that, we're good to go. IKEA runs and just trying to get the house patterned and whatnot because I recently moved. But other than that, we're good. Work's blessed. Family's good. Can't really complain, bro. How about you, man, saying?
That's what you misses at the TED Talk as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll get into that.
We'll
get into that. Yeah, man, it's cold, but we'll get into that.
Tycho, you go.
Yeah, I was working, tired, working,
tired.
I mean, yeah, just spreading some positivity.
100%,
bro. So yeah, man.
Same. Work like a Riri song. That's literally my life at the moment. But did I do anything exciting this week? Nah, blood.
You might not do like a paddle or nothing, or like a football or nothing, or
I'm trying to get back into badminton.
You used to play badminton?
I used to play badminton. But it's mad because I played badminton a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't know so many people played badminton. Bear man are popping me up saying, yo, I'll smoke you at badminton. When we playing, like one of my brethrens today, he was playing badminton. I was like, yo, since when? He's like, bro, I'm trying to go 3 times a week now. Bro, he's saying he plays in Sandwell and that. So I'm telling him, yo, shout, man.
It's a cold sport.
I love badminton, blood.
You get me? It's a cold sport. Like before paddle was paddle, everyone was doing a badminton thing. So I hear it because squash and tennis ain't really attainable like that for everybody.
Yeah.
But badminton, bro, all you need is a little
sports hall.
Exactly.
Or something. Yeah. So I'm trying to get more busy with the badminton. But yeah, other than that, the week's been a bit obviously gym and that, but like in terms of this week itself, just work, blood. Just work. Nothing crazy stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Obviously, the stuff that I'm working for, man can talk about that.
Okay.
You're the perfect person to talk about that with.
Let's do it, bro.
Say less. Say less.
So,
talk more about yourself, your job role, where you started, why you started. And actually, you know what? Before we start, how do we know each other? How do we all know each other?
We're talking like physical. St. George's, bro.
Yeah.
St. George's primary school. You get me? Yeah. Primary school, and then you go into club. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's a whole different one. But yeah, it's primary school. I think even I've watched a couple of episodes in it, so even the question, when you ask the question of like last place, that's the last place I seen you, man. Like
truly,
straight up, and
truly
best times.
Best times,
when them little chewits were like £1, you got the whole pack.
They were
best
cheaper
times,
than £1,
do you know
bro.
what I'm saying? Your Freddo was like your 5p, 10p. Best times, do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And like our mums know each other and stuff.
For years, it's mad. And then now, it's I think your sister knows my Mrs. Auntie because they're in the same like industry, the aesthetics type industry. So I know when I was at the launch of my Mrs. Auntie's shop, your sister was there, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. And then it's mad because I know her face ain't changed, my face ain't changing. But bro, like man, I'm like 30 now. I don't even know how old your sister is, but I'm saying like it's crazy to know that when you were youths way back then, 6s and 7s, bro, so the face ain't changed. It's like yo, it's mad, mind blowing for me. Still can't lie.
You know, it's mad, but it just shows that you have to live good blood.
100%.
You could just see everyone anytime.
100%. And you know what's mad as well? I could have been a reckless you trying to do whatever I wanted to do, and then you get buck up in a shop and family's there. It's mental. Yeah. Trust me. So you just gotta kind of, man, just live good, like you said.
Facts. Because if we had a problem, my sister would be like, yo, Omar's here. Remember Omar's here?
I'm like, yo, here's the idea. It's real fast.
Yeah, the drop, bro.
Real fast.
If she had said something, I'm like, yeah, hail him up for me.
Yeah,
it's that, you get me?
Love, you know.
Nah, but it's nice to see the evolution, man. It's nice to see the evolution. Like, I used to see you walking, and I know you're probably coming from work and that. But yeah, bro, it's nice to see.
Bro, that walk was nuts, you know. that walk was nuts, and that will go into like obviously where I used to work and all that sort of stuff there. But that walk was nuts, coming all the way down, ends going to my mom's, picking up my car, driving home. Like that was the walk. Do you know what I'm saying? So even like man, like at the post office, but I see them now to go get petrol, and like yo, you moved or you gone to this place, you gone to that place. I'm saying yeah, but obviously you man's petrol's decent, so I gotta come back and do that. And to be fair, yeah, shout out the geezer at the petrol station that's doing the sprays, cause you man bought this sprays from him.
What sprays?
Texaco.
What sprays?
Bro, if you get a chance over the next week or so, yeah, just link up with the brother in Texaco. I can't remember his name, yeah, but he does his own fragrances, but it's the oud thing.
Down.
Bro, you go in there and it smells right, I promise you, and you're like, yo, what's that? Just be inquisitive and asking the question like, yo, what's going on? Brother with the hair though, and the beard.
Has to go check
And
him,
he's kind of fair skin, you get me? But I promise you, go in there, ask him. He's always there on like on a Wednesday, and check him. I promise you, bro, it's the best sprays I've ever smelled in my life.
Swear down.
I got it on today. I'm like, yo, it's fire.
Say no. Have you got it with you?
Yeah. Nah.
Okay,
but you know what I do? I take a picture of it and send it to you.
Safe.
Trust me,
I'll
it's
go
fire.
link, man. I'll probably have to grab one for you also.
Yeah,
if you're
fire.
there on Wednesday or something.
Alright,
Alright,
oud fanatics though.
Yeah, bro. It lasts long.
Yeah.
I love smells though. I love.
Do you know what I'm saying?
smells,
It lasts
man.
long. It lasts long. Can't lie.
Facts.
But yeah, bro. Yeah, like you said, like what? So from primary school, obviously, youth club and that, you went on your own little path in it. So let's talk us about that through that path. Like, did you go uni, college?
So, I'd say I wanted to. No, did I want to go uni? Nah, I didn't even want to go uni. To be fair, uni for me felt like it was gonna be a long thing because I knew from secondary school, yeah, that I was going to be a person that wasn't doing exams, didn't want to do it, hated them completely. So from there, I was like, okay, let me go to college. I went to study business and law and Spanish, and then went there, did that, dropped out first year, and I had to go straight into work. And that put me into the personal finance aspect. So I was working with financial advisors, mortgage brokers, all them people there that were just about getting a customer and selling everything to that person. Whether it was life insurance, whether it was a mortgage, whether it was income protection, and just trying to just find a solution to their financial needs.
So what was the requirements for that? Did you get like maths, English, GCSEs?
Nah, well, I had that. I had maths and English, but the requirement was, are you a person that could potentially jump on the phone, first of all? So can you get leads? Can you speak to people? Can you just chat?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And if you couldn't, can we teach you? And because I was coachable and because I had no other plan B, like my mum was like, yo, you got dropped out of college, you better find a job. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was more of that kick up the arse that was like, yo, let me go and do it. Let me go and sort myself out. And then we'll start it from there.
Why finance though? Like, obviously, I can imagine everyone around you is probably going to college, probably trying to figure out like uni and that, but you've dropped out of college. Like, that's not normal.
I didn't pick finance, to be fair. I just picked a job, like straight up picked a job. And
I hear that.
I feel as if it kind of then, I understood it. I was doing sales. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? So I've always liked to speak to people, always like to just try and understand what people's needs are. So it fit, to be fair. But you don't start as someone that works in finance, you start as like a lead generator. So can you shout 150 people in a day and try and get at least 10 people to sign up, basically? And then you jump from there and then you become the person that sells. So you have like a lead generator over here, you have the sales team over here, and then you have the QS, which is quality assurance.
So you didn't start from the top then?
Nah, I started right at the bottom, literally.
Last place.
So when you're doing leads, it's like everyone's telling you to piss off, go home, leave me alone, no. But you'll have that one person and it'll be like an interesting conversation. It's like a Suzanne that's got like 150 bags. Her husband's just passed. Can I get life insurance? Because I haven't thought about it. Now that he's gone, I need something. Do you know what I'm saying? And then you'll pass that on to the seller. And if you've got a good relationship with the seller, you know he can boss you. So even though he gets commission, yeah, and you get obviously like a basic salary, it might be a case where you'd be like, yo, here's a little tenner or £20, just for nice to me. But if you're good, the sellers will come to you and go, yo, I want my man, I want my woman, like, yo, just keep nice to me, keep feeding me. And then I became a seller. So I know the target was about 20 leads per week. Yeah, and I was probably doing like 30, 40, 50, depending on that. And I had a streak. So I went to my managers like, yo, listen, Dave, hook me up, man. Like, let me jump on this because I reckon I can smash these. Like,
What age was you at this time?
I started off at 17, so I probably was a legionnaire for about a year, if that, 18. And then got onto the sales aspect, jumped on there. And this is the one thing that I'd say we were talking about earlier. But when you get to a point where you're good at something, loopholes start to kind of show because you think, how quick can I get to the money?
Yeah. Facts.
So there was a situation where I was on sales. I was probably there for about 6 months to about 8 months. And so we're looking at the man and thinking, yo, commission lands at the end of the month. Yeah. Direct debits take 14 days to come out. So if I make up these numbers myself, you men are going to pay me before you find out these details are wrong. So I'll give you the story. So I'm saying I literally created people on the phone, like my brethren or whatever, phone up. I've created the details, for instance, of some random people. And then because I'm the seller, I've got my lead generator to call them to generate the lead, pass it over to me, straight transfer, not like, oh, I'm going to call you back. That person is my brethren, so I'm just running a conversation, calls are recorded, so it all sounds seamless. And I made sure that I wrote objections, so I had to objection handle what was going on. Failing that, the only thing I'd say that could catch me was the quality assurance person. Even that person, I was like, yo, just know what this is. As soon as I get my commission, I'll boss ya. So rather than doing it that way to the leads, I was doing it that way to the quality assurance. And I was just trying to rake in as much commission as possible, bro. Do you know what I mean? So that I could then leave and then go. So it probably worked for about 2 months. And it got to a situation where the documents of the policies that were landed at the address, and people were like, yo, there's no one that lives there. I don't do that, and they called back the company. And within about, I'll probably say I had a suspension for like 3 months, and then I got sacked obviously from there. Do you know what I'm saying? But I say all that to say, like, yo, don't think finance is a situation where people aren't trying to find loopholes to anything. Like, there's loopholes for everything at that particular point. And then greed kicks in, innit? Because you're around so much money. Do you know what I mean? Like, your bosses are coming up in Porsches and whatnot, and you're thinking, I want that. Do you know what I mean?
I can have that.
I'm walking to work, you're mad. I want that 100%, and how can I get that? And I think in sales, I don't think, they act like they don't like it, but they love it. They love the intentions because it's like, none of these men are thinking like that. Don't get me wrong, it hurts your pocket. Do you know what I mean? So I got sacked and I know it hurt man's pocket, but you look at it and go, that's a learning curve. So no one else can do that now because that was a loophole. So, yeah. From there,
now that method's been patched for
that's
anybody,
what I'm saying.
For anybody else, before,
100%.
For any else.
So I moved from there. I went to work for a financial advisor in jewelry court. I worked there for about 3 years. Just odd jobs in between there. Once again, mortgages, life insurance, all that sort of stuff there. And then I worked for a bank called Secure Trust Bank. And they owned a few other banks. Wow, what's going on?
Oh no, sorry. I've spoken to that company before still.
Yeah.
Try to sell
So
something to
there was a
them.
company that they owned called Everyday Loans that I worked for. Now, the problem that you have with Everyday Loans, is this. Is so many branches. Yeah, I'm talking when I started there were like 50 branches. Yeah. When I left, there was like 110, 115 branches. So it was mad growth. But, when you're on, call it 20, 25 bags a year, 30 bags a year, yeah, they don't understand at that level, they don't understand that money there is everything to you at that particular point. So anything you can do to get more of that, because their bonus structure was bad. You're talking about 4K, 5K a quarter, yeah? So you're going to pay me 20, 25, 30, right? I'm making that for you a month, if not more. So I'm timesing that by 12. So my liquid 20, 25, 30 is being multiplied by 3 times or 5. So I was like to my manager, here's what's going to happen then. Your bonus, my bonus, their bonus, because there was like 3 people in the branches, all going to go into one. These that want to pay us differently. I'm saying we need to pay us in a way where everything goes into a pot and then we just split it 4 ways. Because you ain't doing nothing and everyone else is working. They didn't like it. And eventually it forced me to then basically go and do my own thing, which is Assured Financial Consultancy. So I set it up 12 months after being in that role. Because I just thought, what we do is, the process is to get a loan is, you sit down, you call them, you call a customer, they're happy, they're interested, blah, 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 blah. You sit down in a booth similar to this, you have a conversation, you understand their financial needs, bank statements, credit card statements, everything. You go through their life. Like, you can't tell me what's happening in your life without, if I look at your bank statements, I haven't got to speak to you, I know what's going on. And then I also would know from any transfers you're making, and you've got another account, so I want to see that too. So you see everything, like you go through everything with a fine-tooth comb. And anything that stands out, you ask the question. So you have to have a further understanding. It's intrusive. It's personal. And from there, people really buy into the person. Rather than the company at that point, they buy into the person. So it was a beautiful moment to understand that there's a gap here that people need to kind of be looked after, taught. So if you don't do this at this particular point, if you didn't gamble, maybe you'd have the money to pay your rent. Do you know what I mean? Or if you didn't take out a payday loan because you wanted to go on holiday for the weekend, maybe you'd be able to pay your electric. And those are the conversations. But because no one's having them, but they're offering you a loan, that will solve the problem. But it won't, because it's just bad behavior on top of bad behavior. So I was in the booth. My consolidations probably took about 25, 30 minutes. It should only take about 15. But I was literally sitting there having conversations with people saying, yo, why?
You're on some therapy sessions.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why?
But where did you learn that skill then? Because like you said, you started off in like lead generation and then obviously gradually worked your way up to that position.
Yeah.
How did you know to have them type of conversations?
Because I'm inquisitive, you know. You see like normal conversations where people be like, say for instance, how much do you earn?
Yeah.
I'd ask that question. I don't care if you tell me 50 grand, you tell me 20 grand. It would have no effect on my face or anything like that at all. Just because I just want to understand exactly what you're around and what job you do. So how these people are going viral now with the whole, what do you do for a living? Like, I would be that person, but just locally. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I understood that if you can get 50, I can get 50. If you can get 100, I can get 100. So I remember the first person I met that had a 50 was like someone close to me. And I remember just watching her in terms of like her movements, how she dressed, her attire, how she carried herself. And I was like, raw. Okay, cool. But I remember asking my dad a question. He was like, "Nah, I'm not just gonna come out with it." You know, like he was a person that was working shifts, so he used to work for Jaguar and Land Rover for years, not MG Rover, should I say, before it became Jaguar and Land Rover for years, and he was never as open and honest about the income. See, now we talk, cool. We tell me what it's earning, how much earning, where it's going, because we built the relationship over time. But to start off with, no one's open and honest. Like, if I tell you how much you earn, what's it going to change? Really? Because next month and the month after that, I'm still going to earn the same thing. The only thing it does is for someone that's younger, it opens up their understanding to be like, yo, 50K, 100K. Okay. Oh, all right. Can I see your house? Like, what? Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's a world you're not living in. It's a world you're not living in. It's a world you're not even privy to. So for me, like that's what I looked at finance as. Like, it's a world where things are intertwining, things are looking a little bit left sometimes. There's a lot of like, I would say, addictive traits. I'm not talking about drugs, I'm just talking, say like, if you've got a credit card, you might just be a credit card user and you love that. Do you know what I mean? Or if you've got a loan or you want to go on holidays and you might think, I'm a high earner, but I'd rather use your money, spend my money in a different way, or invest my money. So you'd go to the bank and lend. Like there's a funny story that I remember hearing, which is there was a guy that in America, I can't remember exactly obviously what state, but he was wealthy, had a Ferrari, said, listen, I need to borrow $5,000 from you. Take my Ferrari for a couple of days. I'll be back to pick it up and I'll give you the 5 bags back. The bank obviously said yes, laughing, thinking, we're going to charge this guy mad interest on it. Interest would have been about, say, £200, £300. Cool. Because of where he was in the state, I think it was like Manhattan or somewhere else in New York, and it was a high rate to live there. He come back, paid off the 5 bags and was like, listen, they were like, how come you needed to put your car there? How come you needed the $5,000? He said it wasn't about the $5,000. It was just the cheapest place to park.
That's smart still.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So like when you're using other people's money, you've got to look at it, how are you going to benefit yourself? Yeah. How can you take 5, make more, or how can you make sure that is something that you're going to pay back gradually, but it's going to make a better dividend. Even if you make you make 1, you take 5, you make 1, you send back say 5.2. At the same time, you still made £800. Do you know what I mean? So it's all about how can you then take to make, and it's as simple as that.
So like, when you're saying you was obviously sitting across from people having these long conversations, and obviously you wanted more in the commission because you're like, basically you're doing a lot, but you're not really seeing financial reward that you should be seeing from it. Like, what made you want to start your own company? Because some people are just like, it is what it is, isn't it? Like,
I think ambition, Ambition. I later know that, I'm more entrepreneurial than entrepreneurial. So I'd rather be in an organisation now and build the organisation up and have my ideas flowing through an organisation that I could potentially kind of get equity from, or I can maybe get a bit bigger commissions from, all that sort of stuff there. But before, I was hella entrepreneurial. I wanted to do different things. Wanted to run my own business. Wanted to run before I could walk, and I tried 2 other business before. I tried to have my own life, which was brokerage, which was going well, and then I mixed up with another person that wanted to do car finance at the same time, and that fell on its face. Like, literally got into debt for it. And then when I got myself out, was working at Everyday Loans, tried again, obviously with Assured Financial Consultancy, and literally been doing that ever since. But I stopped probably like a year ago for my son, and had obviously just kind of a family downtime, and I'm looking to obviously restart it again.
Okay, proper.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's magic because like this kind of conversation, to me, a year ago, I would have just been like, oh yeah, that's cool. You know what I mean? But 100. I feel like this year, finances have only just started to make sense to me. So like, I can like, it's literally just like I've just woken up one day and I was just like, okay, this is the value of money. Yeah. This is what money can do for me. Yeah. This is what I can do for money. Like it just clicked to me one day. Like, I save a lot different. I save a lot more. I invest in certain things. Like, there's certain things I won't spend my money on at all no more. Yeah. Like you said about the borrowing, there's certain things I'd rather use my credit card on than use my actual money. And so it only started to click now, and it's just like, I say that because obviously I'm 29 now. To me, it's like it can happen at any stage. Yeah. But then it's also like, obviously shout out my family and that, but nobody in my family really taught me financial literacy like that. It's just more like, save your money, but it's like, what are you saving it for? Where am I saving it to? Yep. What's the best places to put it? How can I double this? How can I, like, everyone around me like works and stuff, but it's just kind of like, I've just got money in my bank. But I realize now, like, I had to learn this for myself to then teach other people, not to obviously be like doing what you're doing, but I just mean in the sense of like, if I've got like somebody younger family member or something, I can tell them from now to be like, save your money. Or
you want to bring somebody forward,
basically.
100%. I think with the whole financial coaching thing, because there's a difference between a financial coach and a financial advisor. So an advisor can sell you products, can sell you financial products, and can advise on investment strategies and pensions and all that sort of stuff there. A financial a coach or consultant can only tell you what's out there, but can't specify how it can benefit you, if that makes sense. Because their understanding of the industry is there, it's vast. However, they can't then turn around and sell you that unless they are under another financial advisor, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? So you could be the financial advisor and have a lot of consultants or coaches underneath you. And if your aspect is, you basically once again a lead generator, do you see what I mean? Or a sales team or a sales pipeline, but it has to be signed off by this particular person. And the reason for that is because everyone then obviously is FCA regulated, who's a financial advisor. So in that game, in that industry, and like obviously you just touched on, because there's nothing taught in schools, there's a whole load of, as soon as you touch 18, they're selling you a credit card or they're giving you something. And it's because they need to lend. Like England, any country has a credit score, you know that, right? Mm-hmm. So they have to lend at a specific amount. So you see how the base rate might change and fluctuate and all that sort of stuff there for mortgages or whatnot. That's purely based on the amount of gold and all that sort of stuff that the reserve has, the amount of money that's actually in circulation. And if one is less or one is higher, the base rate will go up, or the price of gold has just dipped because there's now obviously been a scarcity. Everything is about scarcity. It's about how much is in circulation. So when inflation happens or recessions happen, it's because we've got so much less as it stands, and to get more back, you increase the interest rate.
So sorry,
so you
for example,
squeeze us.
Did the gold go down because we've got more of it now or something?
Yeah. So imagine gold has to go down because there's been a pump in how many people have bought it. So people can see, there's a rise. Do you know what I mean? So imagine you've bought low. It's tracking. People are still buying at that particular point. People that have bought there might sell. So then it dips the value of it. Do you see what I mean? So any person that's bought up there is now thinking, damn, I've literally just lost 6%, I've just lost 8%, I've just lost 10%, and it completely different. But if they hold, they might be at the top of something else again. It completely depends. It's peaks and troughs. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, they don't teach it in school. They teach it in unis, but how many of us get there? You know, so it completely depends on what sort of trajectory that you're trying to get to. I even must watched the clip before. Like, I don't even rate unis like that, but I've never been there, so I can't massively talk on it. Do you know what I'm saying? But I've seen what it can do. I've seen the game, and many of us don't use the same degree that we've been going to uni for.
So
do you know what I mean?
With your company now, is it Assured Finance?
Yeah, Assured Financial Consultancy. Yeah.
What do you do then? Like, how does that look on a day to day? Like, what are some of the type of people you work with?
So now I've tried to segue into just the football industry. So majority of the clients obviously that I would have is just for footballers, and that's people that are first time buyers. And I will plug them in with if they're trying to buy a property. So in our consultancy, we've got we've got mortgage brokers, we've got pension advisors, we've got how would you call it, financial advisors, and we also have a bit of an all-rounder. I want to call them that, and the reason being is because you can dabble in both. Yeah, all of them know each other. An accountant, sorry. All of them are aware of each other, but what happens is it's more of a network that I can then turn around and go, what do you need? Here's where you can go. A lot of the time, what I was getting beforehand was mortgage brokers would call me or financial advisors would call me and go, can you help this person with their credit? Can you just give them an understanding as to what's going on? Because they haven't got the time to do so. They want you prim and proper and ready to go. Like, if you want to buy a yard, cool. Give us 6 months of your bank statements and give us 3 months of your pay slips and all that sort of stuff there. And if it's not working, like if I can't do anything, I kick it to the curb. Whereas I would catch that and go, let's work on this. Because you can't get a mortgage like this. Do you know what I mean? And I'll tell you the reasons as to why. Or your credit's bad. Let's work on.
So you check like outgoings and
100%.
and just be like, yeah, this is way too much, or
100%.
you ain't got enough credit built. Like, there's gonna be no way. Because is it like with houses? There's certain things that you have to do that you have to pay for, and they could still say no.
Yeah.
and you've paid for like all of the documentations to be sent, all the one-to-ones or whatever.
So the only thing obviously that's mad when you're trying to buy a house is if it gets to the conveyancer part, which is the solicitors,
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
the solicitors, the people that are gonna then do the mortgage, the underwriters. The only thing that will probably take it away is if you've got a MIP, mortgage in principle, that's say £160,000. You've got it approved. The house is 160k, so you've got enough to buy it. If the bank that are lending the money send out an underwriter to the property and value at 150k, you're screwed unless you can go back to the seller and go, can you sell me the house for £150,000? That's the only way you can't get a mortgage, if that makes sense. Okay. If you've already been and gone through that whole process, it's the only kind of sticking point. So then it'll be about negotiating again. You know, how motivated is that person to sell? Can you increase your income? 9 times out of 10 you can't. So it's what then can you do? Can you try and, I don't know, do something obviously to a house that could add value, and try and buy it a different way. So there's definitely options, but it's just understanding if you know them or not.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. It's a lot of the time people don't even know them.
And that's where you come in to educate them too.
100%.
So what are some of the bad habits that you've seen here people have at all stages with like their finances and stuff like that, where you're like, this is just a repetitive thing that you've seen?
I'd say one that's a big one, and it's also hindered myself, is we can live beyond our means. So it sounds very simple, but it doesn't matter how much you earn. You know, if you're earning 20 grand, you're earning £150,000. I remember dealing with a doctor one time, earning like 12, 15 grand a month, and he was spending like 16 grand a month, and it was like, you can't live like that because you're always over exceeding yourself every single month.
Just in a negative.
100%. Yeah. So you can't then save. You can't go on holiday. You can't do anything. And like I said, it was something that I was doing when I was massively younger. I was overexerting myself. You go to parties, you want to go buy bottles, all that sort of stuff. There, you look at your bank account, you think, bro, do you know what I mean? And the thing is, everyone's been there. So to change that cycle, first thing I do is I make it very real to understand that I've been there. I've been in your position. It doesn't matter. I probably haven't earned the same amount that you've earned, but I've been there. So first things first is understanding and realizing. The psychology of money is, first of all, like, it's understanding where you are, like right now as of today. And the only way you change that then is about understanding where you kind of want to be. So let's reverse engineer it. If I'm spending too much, what can I get rid of? Is there any things that I'm spending on right now, like a budget, that I can look at and go, let me chop that off and let me save a couple of hundred here and just start there? Have you got any bad debts that aren't actually making you money? It's just costing you every single month. Can you look at trying to pay that down, or can you look at trying to make more in a different way so that you can, anything you earn on the top can go straight to the debt? But little things like gambling's a torrid situation. So how people hide gambling is they go to the bank and draw out cash. If I'm seeing £350, like I said, most companies don't ask the question. Do you know what I mean? Because even if they ask the question, they don't want to know. Ignorance is bliss at times, because they are there to lend you money. Like, any lending company is there to lend. If I can give you 50 bags and you've got gambling, can you just take it out of your bank account or transfer the money to like your mom or something, and then we can lend to you? Just come back in 3 months' time and I'll do it. That's how ignorant it can be, because you're just trying to find a way where you can get that money out of the door so that that person can then start working for you at that point.
Oh, so basically, if man keeps seeing like bet 365 on all your statements and that, people are gonna be like, why are we gonna give you a yard for however much when you spend 500? Like, yeah, I hear that.
The worst, there's not like a set type of person, but the worst industries for it are like the Gaza industries, like traffic management. Anyone that gets paid like weekly, it's rife in that industry. So you're talking traffic management, the bins, people with a lot of time. Like, you know, sometimes you can go on shift and it's a case of, I'm meant to be doing like a whole shift, but you've done like 3 hours and you still get paid the same amount of money. They might have got time. The people have got time to go and do something. So 9 times out of 10, they're either gambling or they're watching OnlyFans and all that sort of stuff. Like, all of that, you can see in your bank statements. You can't hide that.
Going Ladbrokes.
Do you know what I
and all
mean?
them things,
Because
yeah.
what's mad is, even if you're paying it through PayPal, I want to see the PayPal.
Because that's still a statement.
100%. You go into that, and because, like I said, because the underwriters, you hardly find an underwriter that doesn't know what they're doing. And you might think, oh, I can hide that. Nah, not in today's day and age. Like, they want every single account. So they know PayPal, and PayPal will go into your bank account as just PayPal. Cool, no problem. If I'm seeing PayPal, show me the PayPal account. You know, go cardless. Any of those sort of things there. And the moment they see like OnlyFans or Bet365 or gambling or anything like that, so they're like, oh, okay, shut down.
That's like that. It's crazy you say it like that, because that's basically just having your addictions on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
That's like just basically having a piece of paper saying, I'm a sex addict. I smoke cigarettes.
Yep.
I do hard drugs.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? But it's like,
Facts.
it's basically putting your addictions on a piece of paper. And
It's mad
saying,
when you say it like that.
like, I've just deeped it, bro.
100%. 100%.
That's why you say it's so intrusive in it, because you can see everything.
You can't lie, bro. I'm in your soul at that point. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm in your money. Like I said, unless you got it in hard cash and it stays in hard cash, you can't then obviously track that. But everything is trackable right now, to the point where you got all the other accounts like Monzo and stuff. That now you have to categorize certain transactions. If everything's in general, you're like, okay, what's going on there? Can we look at that and go deeper and all the sort of stuff there? But to try and break bad habits, you have to be intrusive. Unfortunately, like, that's just the best way to do it.
And if you want the goals, or you want the thing that you come to you for,
Yep.
you actually have to live like righteously.
Yeah.
Like, not even on some like religious thing, but like, if you want what you want, you have to like cut down on so much like so much negativity and bad habits and addictions and stuff.
But you
like,
have to work though. And that's the thing. It's like, just because you've got someone that's going to hold you accountable, you still have to do the work.
100%.
Do you get what I'm saying?
100%.
It's like, you go to the gym, the person that's spotting you is going to help you, but they're not going to do it. And that's what a financial coach is like. There's times where I've coached someone to get into them to the point where they're paying the deposit, and I'm like, ooh, I want 25 bucks now. Yeah, bro. All in one transaction. It's took me about 2 years to say, you've got to spend. Do you want the house or not? Do you want to pay for the solicitor and get it sorted and get it over the line or not? And I understand the methodology behind it, because I remember when I was there myself, and it hurts to send a random company, even though you've been speaking to them, a large sum of money that it's took you months and months, maybe years to generate. But it's a fraction of what the price as to what you can get on the other side. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know.
So when I chose to then buy a house, I'm speaking to my dad saying, yo, I can't pay you no rent right now, you know. It's just not going to work, because it's going to take me away from what I'm trying to do.
To make it a lot slower, basically.
100%. And he was just like, you know what? I hear it. Do your thing, but I just want you to make sure you are going to go and buy the yard. So we did. And I remember saving about a bag a month. And it was just like, oof, hurts. And this is the times where I could have been going up and doing little boy living. Do you know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
And I remember just saying to myself, you know what, I'm going to lock in. Give me about 8 months, 9 months, and I have it. I had it in 7. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, let me just make sure I'm going by the house. And once again, it takes like faith, because I bought a house not seeing it. Like, I literally trusted my missus to go and like look for the house and whatnot, because she's brilliant at it. Found the yard, put an offer in, and
she just basically said, babe, I need this much. And then you just said, safe.
that's so like we saved it together. So but I had enough to get the deposit. She had enough to go and pay the solicitors.
Ah, okay, cool.
So we just put it together, bam, bought the house. And then, yeah, like it was a case of we put the offer in, she saw it. I think I saw her on FaceTime, literally. I was at work at the time, and put her offer in. The same evening, they approved it and said, yeah, like it's yours.
I got.
And it was a beautiful moment, bro, because it was like 7 months of graft. Do you know what I'm saying? And like I said, having a conversation with your parents that you know they need that bread that you're offering at the same time, but if they can like minimize that, and if they can potentially live on a little bit of a tighter budget to make it easier for me to go and do what I need to do, I can save you money now for a longer period of time. I ain't living there no more. Yeah, so shopping and electric, gas, all that sort of that kind of halves as soon as your child move out. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So like, obviously you mentioned your missus, yeah. Obviously in today's society, yeah, we see a lot of talk about like lifestyle, soft life and
Yeah.
that. But obviously, when you're going through that period, you have to save. How much do you feel like your missus played a part in that to make it possible?
Massive.
Yeah.
So I'd say this now. Like I said, when I was saying to you guys before, of the person that was earning a decent chunk of money, it was her people, it's her family. So I was like, bro, when I'm saying I'm in there. I'm just watching, observing. Do you know what I'm saying? And the types of roles that they were playing. Like I said, little brother's a footballer. Her mum, regional director or regional manager of like a massive dentist, a cluster of dentists. Ooh. My missus then doing big things. She's obviously opened up her business. Like, I ain't seen none, like, no disrespect to my family, I ain't seen none of that on my side. We're doing it now.
Talk about
We're
it,
doing
bro.
it now, but
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm not seeing none of it on my side. Her auntie's got a shop. Her cousins have got food shops. Like, entrepreneurialism on her side of the family, up. So, if you're going to step into this, you better have your P's and Q's ready. So, my thing was, she wanted to go on holiday. I wanted a yard. And I'm saying, I wanted a yard because I wanted to start a family, all that sort of stuff, then settle down. And she was just fresh out of uni, but she also had a business. So I'm like, okay, if we can knuckle down, you can still do the whole fly out type thing. We might have to go to lesser places, not Mexico, but Greece. You get me? And we can still go and get this house. So, bro, it turned into a madness. Like, I bought the house and everything closed and I was in there and everything exchanged on my birthday. Like, literally, it was perfect. Do you know what I'm saying? Stayed there for 5 years, built a family, all that sort of stuff there, got married and then moved out and then recently moved into a new house. And I still got that one today.
So you got both houses.
I got two now.
Woo!
So what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I was literally just gonna say
Bro.
I was gonna say what happened to the other one, but okay, that's
Yeah,
perfect.
kept it.
All right, cool. So since we're on the whole like topic of houses and stuff like that, a few questions because obviously the housing thing is like in my sights at the moment.
Okay.
That's like my new
Goal.
and like I've never lived the way I've lived at the moment because I've actually got something to sort of work towards. So like before it was like you're just working, you just save, you're just gonna save your money, you're gonna think, oh, maybe I'll buy a house or you figure out. But now it's like, okay, get a house. Like everything I'm putting my life into, my spirit and my soul is like going to, like the energy is going towards something. So like for somebody my age, I'm 29, I'm thinking about buying a house. Some advice.
Okay.
What can you say? What can you recommend?
I'd say it's definitely easy with two. Obviously, because two incomes are better than one.
For sure.
I would say two things. It's more so follow-up questions. Are you looking to buy to live or are you looking to buy to let?
See, that's a good question. So I think I'd probably buy to let. Okay, let's talk buy to let for now.
So once again, probably one or two things. Respectfully, no one's going to come and check if you live in there. So the idea of having, it's illegal as hell, but the idea of having a purchase, like to buy a property, 25% on any down payment, obviously of a house, that's the buy to let rules. Yeah. With residential, it's like 10 or 5% is the ideal. Yeah.
So basically, if you want to buy to let, you need a bigger deposit.
100%.
Okay, cool.
And the reason being is because if the market turns, the tenants will go into financial disrepute 9 times out of 10, which means that if you can't make the payments on a mortgage, you'll default really quickly. However, what a lot of people are doing now is they're buying to live and they're renting out the rooms while still obviously living there. So you might buy a 3-bed with the intention of you and a brethren or you and another person, or you might even not even know the person and still look to let out the rooms. And that's a thing. And in that method, you could probably rent out a space. Say your mortgage is normal 3-bed in Birmingham anyway. You're probably looking at about 180, 190. So if you do 10%, it's 18k straight off the bat. 3k for the solicitors. You're probably gonna want about at least 5k just to renovate, little couch, all that sort of stuff there. And then if you can let out a room, each room's like £400, between £300 to £400. Do you know what I'm saying? Still shared bathroom, still shared. But if you've got a decent house and you've got the ensuite, you got the master room, and then everyone else does a shared thing. So your mortgage that would have been £900 is now free. Do you get what I'm saying? So it depends. I've got a brethren that's doing the same thing like right now. Like he's like, yo, Ohms, I just want to buy, but I'm looking to let out the rooms. I'm like, cool, go down this route then, because you still pay 10% or 5%. It's cheaper. And you just want to let out the rooms, because at the end of the day, to sacrifice, the whole thing is to pay off this mortgage. If you're going to live in it, the whole thing is to pay off the mortgage. If you're trying to keep a mortgage, then that's great, but I don't think that's the right end goal. But I would always look at saying, okay, can you let out a room? Can you live comfortably or uncomfortably for a period of time? Because if you do that for like 4 or 5 years, you're good. Because you were supposed to pay the 800 by yourself, the 900 by yourself. So you can either save that money and then go and buy another one, you know, or build the equity on this property and move that equity and pull and refinance the house and then go and buy another one that way and still keep your money. So that's where we talk about like using other people's money, because there's 2 ways. When you buy a house, there's appreciation. There's 2 things. You get the appreciation and you get if you're gonna let it out, you're obviously gonna get the monthly income. Yeah. If you were in a buy to live and you're gonna rent it out, you would have a decent amount of equity, especially in Brum, just because it's a higher yield as it stands at the moment. The yield's decent, and in Warsaw, obviously, it's a lot slower. So imagine a house that you probably buy. I'll give a real live example. My house what I bought was 182,500. Yeah, it's now worth about 270, 280.
And how long have you been there for?
5 years. I put on a 5%, so it was 9 bags at the time to just get in. $2,000 for the solicitors. That was it. Called it 11K, and I was in there.
That's crazy.
Calm, very calm.
Because that, to me, when I was less educated on all of this whole thing, it's like, how does one obtain this sort of money? Like, I'd have to be a millionaire. That's how I used to think. Like, but now that I know, it's all about deposits and
100.
getting help from solicitors and blah blah blah, and them checking statements and making sure you can just afford the payments of the mortgage and stuff. Everything's kind of opened up my eyes. You get me? So that is crazy.
And it's not
11 bags is not. Yeah,
bro. 7 months.
Yeah, that's attainable.
7 months of hard graft, especially like I said, I started living from my parents, so it was a simple conversation to go, yo, I'm not paying £300-400 anymore to save it, and then save a bag. I was saving 6 before, and it was moving the needle, but it wasn't a decent lump sum every single month, and then I probably was also spending that at the same time. So it was like, okay, if I start spending it there and I save extra £300-400, I can get to quick and I can get out. So I say to people now is like, what are you willing to give up to then get there?
Yeah, hundo.
Do you see what I'm saying?
What are you willing to sacrifice?
100%, because it's like, hold on, if you can get your own space, maybe you can think more creatively. You know, maybe you can potentially obviously do your own thing. If you want to start a family, you can do that. Do you know what I mean? If you want to then just go out and just pop out and just, like I said, at any point in time, if you don't want a house anymore, by living on a buy to live situation, you can get something called a consent to let, which is I can let out the property. I just need to change the format of what I have with my mortgage. So if you're say with NatWest or whatever, you call NatWest and go, listen, can I get a consent to let, because my situation has changed. I don't want to live there at the moment. I'm saying I'm moving to Manchester or I'm moving to Liverpool or whatever. They would say yes, and you let it out. The only thing is you cannot have that mortgage as a buy to let mortgage. It has to stay residential. So a buy to let mortgage, say for instance, is this: interest only or normal residential. Yeah. Interest only is you only pay the interest on the property. So say if it's like £400, that's the only interest you're paying. But the balance of the mortgage stays like this, doesn't move. A normal residential mortgage, the mortgage goes down every single year, but at a slow rate. So if you're buying a property, so like now I'm living in a normal residential property, residential mortgage, it's only going down. If I want to move to another country, I'd have to get a consent to let, and I couldn't put it on an interest only mortgage. So the same £1,200 mortgage payment is, yeah, that would have to stay the same. And then my tenants will come in and pay either £1,200 or £1,500 or £2,000, and it would go towards the principal. Yeah. A lot of people feel as if I do a consent to it, I can get the benefit of having an interest only, because it's more cash flow at that point. So my property at the moment in time is an interest only mortgage. My second property I left, the payment's like £400 a month, but the tenants are paying like £1,500 a month. Yeah. So if that was on a residential mortgage normal, that might be like £900 a month. So it's just squeezing the benefits and the profit you'll be making on it. But if you do a consent, it has to be residential mortgage, can't be interest only, and then you just then go.
So, with interest only, are you still paying off the house?
No. Interest stays exactly the same. So the house is worth, the mortgage is 170k.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we paid it down when we were living there. But it hasn't moved since then, so it will remain the same. So the reason why we did it that way is because I want to benefit from cash flow and appreciation.
So how does that work then if you want to sell that house then?
So if I sell it, I'll get the equity difference between the 270 and the 177. Yeah. So that's the equity in it.
Yeah.
And then the tenants would have to move out, or I would just stop getting cash flow.
So what's the difference between that and renting a yard then?
So renting a house is, I've got the freedom to basically kind of, if I'm in a fixed contract, depending on the contracts, yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm in a fixed contract, I have to be in this space for say 12 months, yeah? Can't break. And I've got rent to pay every single month and bills, blah, 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 blah. Cool. It's never mine, yeah? Whereas the interest-only mortgage is the bank's in essence until I pay off, but it's mine, so I'm free to do what I want with it. I can move tenants in, I can move tenants out. However, the reason why you do interest only is only to get cash flow, because in a usual buy-to-let situation, because of how high the rates are at the moment, they're like 4%, it's taking any normal payment that usually will be like £700 to like £1,200. So there's no space, and also rent isn't going up higher. So say your rent is £1,200, yeah? The mortgage on that for any landlord is usually about 900 to £1,000. So you're only making £200. Do you get what I'm saying? With mine, I'm making about a bag as it stands at the moment in time. So if we fix again and my rate goes from whatever it is to like 4 or 5%, I could be screwed at that particular point. But if I don't want it, I turn around, I sell it for 270, and I take the equity out and go and buy another one if I want to, or sit on it. Just options is like, in what I like to call it in this game, it's just about having options, because the person that hasn't got options is always screwed. Do you know what I'm saying? So at the moment, it's like, take the cash flow for now and just put that obviously in your account, you pay tax and all that sort of stuff, and you do your thing. Do you know what I mean? It builds up, you save it or you spend it, however you want to do it.
Or invest it.
Exactly. But you still have the equity. Like, equity just grows and it grows. Sometimes it can grow exponentially, sometimes it can just grow and it can tick over the time. But it depends on when you're buying. So
would you say you have to buy right first to kind of get the advantages of an interest only?
I'd say you'd have to buy. I'd say yeah. So I'd say you buy right first, and it depends on if you want to go interest only, because not everyone does. You know, some people wanted to say, I'm building a portfolio so that all my mortgages can go down to zero. Because the interest only, it never goes to zero. It always stays at that figure. So whatever you lock it in at, imagine it's like freezing the value of your mortgage for a certain period of time, and they will give you it for about 20 years, I believe. I don't know if obviously that's changed recently, but they'll give you for about 20 years. But you have to keep fixing every single time.
I didn't even know that existed, you know. I didn't even know that existed, bro.
Put man onto some serious game right now.
Because it's got to benefit the economy, innit? Do you know what I mean? Because the banks are like, just pay the interest. And remember, you still owe me 177k or 100k, regardless of. People take out life insurance and go and do that. Do you know what I mean? And if anything happens to me, then my wife still gets, and my kids still get the cash flow monthly, and now they got a free yard. Do you know what I'm saying?
Cause I hear loads of people, you know, like property gurus or whatever online saying, "Oh, the UK market is bad," or blah blah blah. But I guess if you using like interest only, you can kind of avoid the ups and downs in a sense, innit?
But that's like most things, though, innit? It's only as bad as you make it as well, innit?
Depends on the rate, because the rates right now are terrible. And it's, like I said, it's squeezing a lot of the profits out of anything that you can make. It's difficult right now. So even to the point of, like, when I was fixing just before the rates moved. Do you know what I mean? So I was lucky to do what we did, obviously, at that particular point. But had we have waited another 4 or 5 months, it would have been 4%. We wouldn't have been able to move. Like, it's that diabolical. Imagine you've got 2s and 1%, and then you jump to 4 in 4 or 5 months. And like I said, that then turns the market into something where people are paying £300 mortgages turn into like 800, 900 pounds.
Just out of the blue.
Out of the blue,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Whereas you being on a fixed, if you're paying 100, you're paying 100
That's
for
it.
until it's paid
three
off.
years. No, for like 3 years, 4 years. So you still have to come out of the fixed rate. However, you might have fixed for like 5 years or 10-year fixed.
So basically, you've got however long. So if you do it for 10 years, you've got 10 years to pay off the mortgage before.
Yeah.
Before you did it.
But on that rate though.
Yeah, on that rate.
Yeah.
So it's like credit cards, and so
Yeah.
you know when you get interest-free credit cards, it's like if I was to buy something and it would cost me 5K, it's like realistically you want to try to give the money back within the 5 years, because you're just gonna start getting charged random £100 here, £100 interest rate, and stuff
credit
like
card ain't usually £100. That's gonna be like 200-300.
So,
do you know what I mean?
yeah,
24, 25, 27, 30%. So yeah, the whole point obviously is if you're on a fix and you're on a decent fix, you try to pay as much down on the property as possible. So if you can pay £100, £200, you'll clear off years. Like £150 usually clears off about 3 to 5 years on a mortgage. So you pay an additional £150 each month. By the end of that year, when you look to do a fix in say 3 or 4 years, you'll realize you go from 25 to like 20, just like that. Or you'll go from 25 to like 19, 18, just like that. And you might even keep the same payment, but you've just cleared off 6 years just for making an overpayment. Do you know what I'm saying? But it completely depends on what the goal is. Like I said, if your goal is to just live life right now, take the money, spend it on family, go on holidays, do your thing, enjoy, then cool. But if your goal is to be mortgage free on your primary residence, then yeah, go for it and do your thing, and pay down. You know, pay down. But it's what the goal is, you know. But the property thing for me, it hasn't failed me yet. Touch wood. Like it hasn't failed me yet. Like I know in the next 5 years I want to make sure that I go and if not get another one, it's probably like 2, and do buy to serviced accommodation is what I'm trying to get into. Do you know what I'm saying?
So what's that more like the what do they call them?
Like an Airbnb type thing.
Ah,
do you know what I'm saying?
So what's the difference? What's the GMO?
GMO.
What's it called? Is it
HMO.
HMO, sorry.
Oh, house of multiple occupancy. So, like I was saying before, imagine you've got a property and you've chopped a 3-bedroom house into 3 rooms, and they use it as the living room is shared, bathroom is shared, kitchen is shared. But everyone has their own space. Everyone has their own room, and that's it. But once you get over, I think it's a 4-bed, it goes into a 5-bed. You have to have the like security doors, fire doors, security locks on each door, that sort of stuff there, because now it's something where it can be used as either a serviced accommodation, supported living, and you're talking £800 a room then. Like there's people that I know that are doing that right now, and they're creaming because the NHS and the government obviously pay for it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mental. It's mental.
But these people need a space. Like they don't, and it's also it's a cheaper route because some people have to sell their house to go into somewhere like Panelcroft or to go somewhere like a house, like a nursing home, and it's like £100,000, £120,000 for the lifetime, the duration until you pass. You're gonna be there. So they pay that lump sum up front, or they pay it on a monthly retainer. These things are happening like in and around us.
Yeah, and if you own something like that,
crazy money. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, crazy money. Like yo, it's mental. It's mental. But I would always say like this: like I'm blessed to have the family that I do, and I also know that I'm very much. I internalized a lot of what I was going through when I was younger. So I know that the little things that I was doing that was wrong, such as like I was saying before, in terms of trying to find loopholes and greed and all that stuff. I just suppressed that and pushed that out, because you're not gonna grow that way, and clean-hearted always wins. Do you know what I'm saying? So being around the right environment to kind of be like, yo, you need to aspire to be doing more. And when you do that and you buck up with different people and you're inquisitive and you just try to ask the questions, because not everyone's going to tell you how much they earn. Not everyone's going to tell you like where their house is and all that sort of stuff there. But because you're inquisitive, you're going to find the answer. Like whether it's left or right, it's up or down, you're going to find your direction, where to go. So that's just what I knew I was going to do. Like I was blessed to find obviously the partner that I've got and make sure that she was someone that was like, yo, you done a vision board before? No, what's that? Sit down. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your CV saying? Or her mum would be like, so what are you trying to do? What's going on here then? You You know what I mean? And really fully checked me, like, to the point where it wasn't disrespectful. It was like, no, because I want you to do better if you're going to be my daughter. Do you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I was doing different roles. Like, I was fully bouncing between jobs at that particular point. I was here for a year. I was there for 2 years. Where's the stability in that? You're saying you want to do all these different things. You want to start a family. You want to buy a house. You can't do it this way. So she showed me the game, and I ain't looked back since. Do you know what I'm saying?
There's not a lot of that out here, blood.
100%.
There's not a lot of that out here,
You know,
blood.
and fair play. Like what my mother-in-law's done with her kids, bro, I can't unmatch. They're both high-functioning people. Do you know what I'm saying? So to be in the midst of that and that family, I was like, can't flop, bro.
So I got a question then. Have you read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Yeah.
So like, what? Obviously, that family dynamic is set up different, and obviously, where we grew up, the dynamics is completely left, like opposite in it. So like, what differences do you see with how they, when you first stepped in or been around the family, what differences do you see with how they operate versus what you're used to, what you've seen?
So I'll give you an example. My dad's a saver, big partner, brother. Do you know what I'm saying? Like couple hands. You get me? And that's what he knows. Like, yo, I'm gonna put this down, and if I'm gonna buy a car, then I'll buy it out of that. If I'm gonna buy a yard, I'll buy it out of that. If I'm gonna move or maneuver, I'm gonna do it out of that. Like, that's my function. So I was in partner from like 11, 12, just thinking, yo, can this £20 do something? Do you know what I'm saying? And in doing that gave me the fundamentals of just being able to save and just put down some money. And then my mum was always saying, yo, live within your means. Like, if someone's saying they're going to give you £100 and they haven't given you yet, you haven't got nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that £100 could be here today and gone tomorrow. Like, there's no guarantee that you're going to get that. So those are the two principles that I always kind of carried, to be fair. But it was never enough to then go and do like risk versus reward, if that makes sense. It was always risk in terms of if you lose a little pocket change here, you haven't got anything else.
Yeah. You ain't eating for a week.
It didn't tell you how then to go and make. So me working where I've worked allowed me to understand how to then go and make, if that makes sense. And then also understand that going to make didn't have a nominal figure. So like, it wasn't living where man have lived, bro. To get 30 bags, you were like 20. Ooh, okay. So you're 20 on 30, all right, cool. Like anything that if you were earning and your age matched your earning capacity, well, I was thinking, I was like, all right, you doing all right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Hondo.
So it was only when I tapped into and I asked a bodacious question, like, yo, mom, how much you earning? And she told me, and I was like, to another family member, I was like, how much are you earning? And they told me, and I was like, okay. So all it was just them watching. So watching lifestyle, watching cars, watching households, watching different aspects, watching how they carried themselves. They came themselves with grace. You know what I'm saying? Like, going to church was only something I used to do with my nan. It was never a thing I used to do with a partner or anybody else. Like, mum and dad didn't go. So even that, and understanding like community. Like, I speak to my missus all the time and I go, yo, man, there's nothing like ends, you know. I don't care whether you want to live anywhere else. And I'm saying, you see, when I come back here, bro, there's nothing like it. You'll never ever get it anywhere else. I love that. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm like, I want my kids around it. I want everything. I still want pieces of that. I ask my parents all the time, like, oh, would you move? Like, nah, hell no. Because you can go down the road and be loved. Do you get what I'm saying? You can go down the road and just have a genuine conversation. And anywhere I've lived hasn't had that. You know what I'm saying? So there's pieces that I can take from everywhere, but the Rich Dad Poor Dad analogy, I think the one thing I said that they showed me was to carry yourself with grace means that when you're not in the room, you're still being spoken about with high regard. You know what I'm saying? And that goes further than anything you could ever imagine. So because you never know who's listening, and you never know who's in the room.
Facts.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Sorry to cut you. Yeah. That same example happened to me yesterday. Somebody was being spoken about and they were like saying whatever they were saying. But in my mind, I'm like, you man don't know, like, that's a family member. So I've said it to them and they're like, what?
Yeah.
So it's just, it's mad. It is crazy.
100%. Like, there's that many times, like, even like now. So there's a couple of things that we like me and my wife, Man, like, we religiously kind of do. one thing is I try to make sure that we exercise self-love often, because no one's going to cheerlead on you like I will for you and you will for me, vice versa. So small things like, yo, let's go out and do a food, let's go out and do a date night, let's go out and do da-da-da-da. And it's to literally generate the success of the win. Do you get what I'm saying? So whether she's joined the board or whether she's done TEDx, whether she's done whatever, like, I'm happy to go and sit in the background if that's what you're going to go and do. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy to be that support system, all that sort of stuff there, because I don't like fluctuation. Even though I work in finance, I hate it, bro, because I can't work like that. If I don't know what I'm earning next month, my head will go left. Like, I need that structure. But she's happy to do that. And if that's the case, then go and earn like your money. Go and do all these different types of things and go and really just be creative. Do you get what I'm saying? And she loves doing that. So yesterday we go out and do something for a meal, and we celebrate the small wins or the big wins for other people. But when I was at the TEDx talk, bro, it was like, I felt like she was flying, because the amount of times we sat in the living room just going through this one speech. I've never seen a process so deep. Like, how do you put yourself in a process where you can't speak about yourself, you can't speak about your business, you cannot self-indulge, you have to speak about like an airy-fairy topic and make it relatable to a generation, if that makes sense. So her thing was moving with purpose. So imagine your day-to-day, yeah, you might think, okay, what am I doing? Am I just going to work, eating a food, holding a reason, going to sleep, and that cycle continues? But she will talk about like, there's purpose in that, and will explain how there's purpose in that, and understand why there's purpose in that. And your daily routine, there is purpose in that. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was what the talk was, bro. People were in there balling.
You have to send me that link still and watch.
Do you know what I'm saying? People were sitting in there balling. Yeah. And there was someone from NatWest Bank, and I know them person, so I was like, oh, this person, how come you're here? Says my wife on the stage. No way. But I can hear her talking about the speech. I'm just sitting there like, yeah, that's my woman. Do you know what I mean? And like a fully proud moment, and to understand the trajectory of where she was to where she is now, I'm saying, yo, it's mad. But it boils down again to have the right people around you. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, hope that answers obviously the question for the rich that poor, I think, because I don't think we get out at ends enough. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think we do. And to see you, man, in Morocco, and then obviously knowing obviously you've moved out, like, bro, like 100%, because that's the question I got asked for you, man, still, like, what made you move out?
The ends.
What are you cheesing like that? No, you gotta think, you know, like, that's a hard decision.
Nah, you know what? Flipping now. I think my first experience of moving out at ends was when I went to uni, innit?
Yeah.
Studied in nuts. And like, obviously, I think the time that I studied in nuts, it was frying still. Like, it was, when I mean frying, like, yeah, there's a lot going on back in ends, like, you get me? And then I think that realization was just like, because I was so at peace, and I didn't have to think about all that, what was going on. I was
How
like,
to move and that.
yeah, I was just like, yo, this, I feel free. Like, my mind's just open, mine's just clear, and
love that.
And I feel like, obviously, coming back, spending so much time here, and like, obviously where I live now, like, going to that place, I used to be like, I feel that freedom again that I used to feel when I used to go to, like, when I used to study in nuts. So I was just like, like, I'm done. Like, I don't know. Like, I just felt like, I'm done. Like, I just wanna, yeah, I was done. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a main part of that was experiencing what I experienced when I lived away from Brum.
Yeah.
When I went at uni, and then I just knew how that feeling felt in it. Like,
You wanted it, innit?
yeah, like I could just walk down the road, calm, like free, like everything's just, yeah. And obviously, like you said in it about sometimes when you get your own spot, you can think clearer, you're more creative, blah blah blah. Like, man's experienced that, like, changing the environment and being more inspired, and your mind is more clear, and you're just more at peace. Like, yeah,
Less
bro.
to worry about, innit?
So yeah,
It will have you trying different things, bro. I promise you.
100%.
It will have you trying things that you ain't even tried before, bro. Like, literally. to the point where I'm like, even so. For instance, now when we first moved, it was like, oh, we left everybody. Like everyone's gone. Like they're not coming up on Sundays, or they're not. I'm loving it because I'm saying, I now know if you come up to mine, there's a reason. It's intentional. Do you know what I mean? It's not just a pass through. Whereas when you live in the ends, like, yo, you open that door, man are a stone throw away from my brethren. You can throw a stone, man can catch. And it's like, it's not always good being in close proximity, for me anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm an only child. Like, I'm happy to be an only child. For my mum, obviously, I've got an older sister, obviously, on my dad's side. And I'm like, we've got a great relationship because we've been in close proximity, but also distance at the same time. And now, like, bro, we talk about houses, we talk about kids, we talk about like family and life and all that sort of stuff there. And I've never been closer to her before than now because we have so much in common. Do you get what I'm saying? We both live far. We both like, we'll come and check in on our dad all the time, and it's a fruitful relationship because we have those things there in common. Like,
is this your new sister?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because we can tap in, like, and it's unapologetic. If I don't speak to her for a month, there's no like, yo, I'll go on you, like, are you good? Like, do I need to come and check for you? No, I'm blessed. And I feel as if sometimes because you're so close, people can just drop in. You don't even want the check-in. They just drop in.
So you're basically saying like you're too accessible. Okay, cool.
100%.
I hear that.
And I think with the close proximity as well, you see like the little cries for help. How can I, like, and I'll put it in this way: if anything pops off locally, before it gets to your phone, you've already heard it. Do you know what I mean? Like you've literally heard it.
Yeah.
So you know if your phone's gonna ring off like in the next say 10, 15 minutes, you kind of always like, oh, is that man that's outside? All right, cool, no problem. So you kind of just stay in, or you just check on your people and all that sort of stuff. They're like, I'm telling you, I remember moving to where I moved and I was like, yo, there's no sirens. Is everything good? I'm taking the bins out, man. Like, it's a bit quiet on the road still. Is everything good?
Man ain't used to hearing no sirens, 100%. Bro.
100%.
Man ain't used to.
It's conditioned.
There's times when man ain't on the potty. I'm
yeah.
Wait, looking around on that, like I'm listening back, thinking like this is actually the norm. Or like if I've got anybody that's around, and like let's say even if we're in town, bro, like it's just bare. Oh, what's going on here? It's just every day, bro. Like this is just the normal.
You know what's mad? Yeah, I was at work, and recently, and I was chatting to a guy at work, and then something happened where he lived, like a stabbing in it. And like obviously he was just like, yeah, nah, it's mad, like I can't even go out the road and blah blah blah. And I was just asking him, obviously he's from London, innit? I was asking him like, what is it like where you from in London? Like, you ain't never seen nothing like that. And he was like, nah, like no. And I was like, what, you ain't heard no sirens? Like there's nothing crazy going on? He's like, nah. And I'm saying to him, that's mad. And then I had to catch myself.
Yeah.
I was like, wait,
this is
I'm
how
going
it's
mad. Like,
that's how it's supposed to be.
I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
Like, you're so shocked by someone being stabbed and dying, like, and I'm looking at you like it's mad that you're acting like that.
Condition.
And I realized, like, I was like, I had to laugh at myself. I was like, yo, what am I on about? Like, I'm looking at him like he's crazy for saying, nah, like where I'm from, there's no sirens. It's peaceful, blah blah blah. And I'm like, it's mad.
100%. This is what I'm saying. Like the conditioning is there, and it's only when you step out and you live in a different place, you're like, okay.
And or meet different people as well.
100%.
Because like meeting new people for me would help to like bring me back to reality. Like, whoa, okay, this isn't the norm. Like, I need to be striving for more. I need to stay on the path that I'm staying on.
Yep.
Because if you're an institutionalized person around people who are institutionalized, there's not really going to be much growth or any advancements or movement going on.
There's mad talent in those people, though.
Oh, for sure.
Bro,
for sure. I think this was some of the most talented people in the world, bro. But we discussed this. Some of the most talented, incredible, amazing people, bro. But then they just don't know how to maneuver. 100%. And if they don't get some sort of education from someone to the point where it's like it's okay to ask for help, or it's okay to want these things and be where you're from or whatever, that person will sit on talent and stay where they're at forever.
100.
So being talented, you're just as good as having no talent.
Love that.
100%.
Love that. Because honestly, I know some ballers. We know some footballers, and I'm like, the man that I kicking ball in Premier League right now couldn't touch man that was up in Tower Street, you know.
Oi.
Yeah.
Oi.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Truly.
Or at futsal.
Truly.
Or at powers.
Truly.
You wouldn't even get close. But because you had a different environment and then probably different upbringing, all that sort of stuff, that you are where you are. Like, yo, to understand, like, I remember going powers on, like, most weekends and just looking at the talent there thinking, yo, you man are crazy. Like, no one's took you to Warsaw or Blues or Villa or Wolves. Like, no one's took you. Nah, bro. Just pay for Conti. Do you know what
we was talking about this here. Continental Stage. Was you a goalkeeper?
Nah.
What was you again?
Centre mid, left back, or a defensive midfielder. So overall, just a defensive player.
So I remember everyone kicking ball and
everyone, bro.
Yeah.
Like from primary school all the way up until I'd probably say about 20. Do you know what I'm saying? Like literally, like for you can say competitive, but Sunday league, Saturday league, you were doing that. Do you know what I mean? And it didn't stop. Like it was just relentless. And I'm saying there's enough. I can say on hands down, there's at least say 12 to 15 footballers that I know that could have made it, whether it's League One, League Two, Championship, or Premier League. I know for a fact. Do you get what I'm saying?
Hondo.
But I feel like it's important though, because like your story, like you've shown that there's other ways to make it in life. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
whilst being from where we're from.
Because that's why
I want to say I made it, but I hear about
no, you have though. You have. You know what I'm telling you? You have, because listen to your story. Like you said, you dropped out of college. You know, you didn't get the job that you got. Obviously, it was more off the back of, you know, like you selling yourself. And this gradually made you. But you didn't skip no steps. Like you said, you done a mistake at work. You learned from it. You got fired. Yep. You started again. Built yourself back up again. Like. You could have 2 houses.
You could have got caught up in whatever, because man was in the heart of it, bro. This ain't no outsider thing where it's like, you know, you was on the edge of it and, you know, you knew people in it. Like, you was in the heart of it just like everybody else, bro.
I'll say something on here that I probably, like my parents would be like, raw. Bro, when you say in the heart of it, I was like happily there. I felt like, bro, like when I'm watching Power now, I felt like, yo, I was at least the Tommy, you know. I was at least a goal store Tommy, like for a short period of time. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I was happy to just try and get money in every single way possible. Do you get what I'm saying? And to the point where I was like, yo, you can't really do class A, you know, because it just isn't gonna work for you. You know what I mean? And I had decent amount of people around me that were like, just allow that one. Do you know what I'm saying? And then it was going back into work. Like even for like a period, I think it was for a good, like, I'll say like a good year and a half, it was just me, a couple of other brethren, and it was like, yo, we just need to just lock into this for a period. And like you said, blocks were hot, all that sort of stuff there. And no one knew, bro. For years, nobody knew. And it was like, has no one known because they feel like I'm just a normal guy, or is it because I'm just not out there as much?
It's a mixture of both.
And it's a mixture of both. And I was happy to go, I'm all right, I don't like that. I don't like this anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not me type thing.
Whereas some people are trapped and tied in because 100%. It's like, this is what's making me this much. This is what I need. We have to keep doing this until we hit our goal. But most men don't ever have a goal. Ever.
And I think what also kind of pushed the boat out was the people around me that I was like learning about recently, or in that particular period of time, they were doing bigger things. Like, bro, I had a brethren that was probably as worse as me, if not worse. I was walking out of college with like distinction stars, smart individual, just on badness.
That's most man from ends though.
But this is what I'm trying to say. But I'm saying now that same brother, chartered accountant. Yeah. And I'm like, that's my dog. Like last week went to go and celebrate, and I'm saying, do you know where we came from, bro? Like, do you understand how, like, bro, like, fully gave him a hug. Man was bawling, like, we were bawling together. I'm like, yo, do you understand how far we have come from this particular thing? Chartered accountants, what are you talking about? Going to London, that's like a 90, 100k job, like 6 figures easily. First job you pick up. And I'm saying, that's not even attainable now. That's your life right now. Do you get what I'm saying? So soak it in, get proud, like, all that sort of stuff. Then enjoy it, and then go and do your thing.
But then that's also like an OT character. And the people that you kept around you, because you might have done something, you know, you're probably not proud of, but you did it as individuals that was still on the right path in the sense of, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know, you had good friends. So that's like me and Hunter deciding to just do a mad thing.
Yeah.
but because of the brotherhood we have and the knowledge we have and stuff, it's like cool. We can both know when to call it a day, or we can both say like we're not proud of this, but we had to do it because we whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? So us excelling wouldn't be out of the norm. Where there's people that are just doing silly things, but they're just kind of silly people in general.
100%, I hear that. I'm gonna ask a question as well. Yeah, completely segue from the thing. So if it knocks you off, I apologize.
That's cool.
But you man seen this whole AI musical thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you man saying? You on that? Nah, not interested.
No.
Not at all.
At all.
Why?
Like I make music in it.
Yeah.
Like I produce and that.
Make.
Yeah. Like I produce and stuff. So like it's taking the soul out of certain things. Like I'm not. It's not. It's like business wise. Yeah. It's whatever. Like you can literally create a platinum superstar.
That's something
in your bedroom, doing absolutely nothing. But for the people that actually love music, have been making music. Like the art of music is just as much as art as like the Mona Lisa.
Okay.
The songs and music and albums and stuff that have been with us since the 50s that people are still playing.
Yeah.
Like Stevie Wonder and that, bro.
Badman.
Listen, my love for Stevie Wonder recently, bro. It's out. It's skyrocket, bro. Like that's a real OG, bro.
Yeah.
F what you heard about anything. Like Stevie, a real one, bro.
Yeah.
Like his music's from like the 50s, the 60s. Like he was a child star, bro.
Badman.
Like his music is like you can't replicate a Stevie. What the problem is you can, but it's not gonna hit the same.
It's not authentic.
It's not authentic.
Yeah,
bro.
I hear it.
Financially and that, yeah, it's whatever. Like for me, let's say I can create samples out of the blue and like say, oh, I want it to sound like this or whatever, and I can get a sample. I can sample it and add my drums and blah blah blah. But that's not as cool as digging through a category or an era of going into like 1960s Brazilian funk or something and literally digging until I find something that hits my ear and I'm like, now I can just be like, make me 1960s Brazilian funk, and it's come from nowhere
And it's come at you.
I built it myself. Like there's no heritage to it. I can't look up the artist themselves. I can't find their background, which will then lead me into more music. Oh, this person had a famous dad that also made Brazilian funk 30 years beforehand. Like there's no history to it. It's just as and when like you kind of need it.
I hear it.
No, I think I was saying like I could see how AI music could take over, but like even listening to Dave's most recent album, I was just thinking like the reason I could resonate to it so much is because he's speaking his truth in it. And like AI is AI, like
it's got no truth to speak, bro.
But there's like where's the human element and emotion? Like music, I feel like music is like from the soul in it. It's not like at the end of the day, we all speak English in it, but they're putting words together in a way that you ain't never heard words.
Yeah, 100%.
So like how like machines 100%. They can replicate it, but you still need that personal, real element to it, bro. Like
AI ain't never felt, bro.
But this is what I'm trying to say to you. Like, imagine the way you've just explained how AI can't do. Imagine that is every single industry, you know. So like, I remember my uncle said telling me one time, this like a couple of years ago, he was like, "Yo, every 5 years, create like evolution. Always try and do something new, do something different." And that's the reason why, because you will find that there's transferable skills that you have that you do in every single industry. So if you feel like you're brand new to something, or you feel like, oh, you know, I can never do that because of blah blah. Nah, it's cap. Because, like you said, we all feel, we all have emotion, we all have some level of family, we all have experiences, and you can always speak to all of those things, no matter how different or how like in terms of like a language barrier. There's still an experience that someone's had that you could potentially marry up with. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, I look at it now, like if I'm taking a job, I'm like, okay, let's see how that goes in 5 years. Is that gonna be there in 5 years? Yes or no? Cool. Or let's see if I'm gonna try and do something different. If I'm gonna try and start another organization, is that gonna be there in 5 years? Yes or no? Investing, is that gonna be there in 5 years? Yes or no? Like just establishing a pattern for like 5 years, because if you do it longer than that, I mean, people say, oh, I got a 10-year strategy. I'm saying that's great, but 5 years is like, you look at the last 5 years and you think, bro,
facts.
So much has changed between AI, between jobs, between cars, between like the stuff you can put in your cars, for instance. Now we're driving around electric cars. You're looking at different things like, for instance, like house prices. A lot of things have changed. Do you see what I'm saying?
And they're changing faster and faster. Because like, if we're actually just talking about AI, like what AI looked like a year ago compared to now, ridiculous.
Different. You know what I mean? Next 5 years, you might have like flipping AI fish.
No,
who knows, bro?
Because bro, like even just to speak about what's happening in the last 2 weeks, you know that Sora AI thing. Have you seen like the extremely realistic AI videos and that now? Like, bro, there's literally people like there's one like of a man like massaging a grandma and he throws her into the wall, but it literally looks like.
Oh yeah. Okay, I've seen them kind of things.
Before AI would look like slop and it would look like a horrible animation, but it's literally now like 80% to perfect realism.
It's mad, yeah. Because I remember watching. My brethren told me about watching one show. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was always about I think it was like not catfishing. It's not called catfishing. I'd have to let you know exactly what it was after this.
Was it a Netflix show?
Yeah.
And was it like playing online and that?
Army type. No, it was an army type thing. So imagine they took a video, and they made a lookalike of the individual. They're setting this person up for some kind of murder or abduction. The guy wasn't there. Like he had a completely, I think he was either serving in the army or he was just being released out of the army at the time. And they changed his face to match his face onto the actual video. They changed his hair color. They changed they matched his uniform, all that sort of stuff there. And the video happened. It happened somewhere else completely with the same people, but they literally made it in London. And they took the video, stripped it, changed the face, all that sort of stuff there. And the guy was on the run for like ages and ages and ages, and was just trying to find different people that can match as to why it happened to him, and why they chose him, all that sort of stuff there. But bro, it's amazing what AI can do, and how it can change videos, it can manipulate music, it can manipulate different things. So anything you see now, you don't even know if it's real.
Nope. That sounds like some Black Mirror-ish.
100%. I've watched Black Mirror, but I want to watch the first one.
Okay.
But the one I'm talking about, I think it was like, begins with a C.
Yeah, when you find it, man.
Bro, it's brilliant. It's so good.
So yeah, just to touch back on the topic, so obviously, you said you don't feel like you're a success now, but in my opinion, I feel like you are, because you got places you want to achieve and want to go to and stuff like that. But if you look at where we've come from, like,
bro.
You've won, man. You've won. But obviously, I know in our heads,
wife, like
in
our head, it's like, you know, more. But sometimes I feel like when we think that we ain't there yet, it stops us from giving advice, or stops us from thinking that we've got any value to provide other people. You get me?
I hear that one.
Yeah, bro, you've been an inspiration to man today, because the evolution that man's seen. Like, yeah, bro. So yeah, that's what I want to say.
A man's seen it in real time, live or 4K as well, bro. Man's seen it, bro.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's been a journey, to be fair. Like I said, I think there's so much more to achieve, 100%. But I think it's not gonna be here. Like, I'm trying to go and live like. I want to go Zanzibar, to be fair. And if I like it over there, I might go over there
and stay. Sit down.
I don't want to be staying here.
I hear it,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Because like I said, me on the journey that I'm on now, and understanding everything financially, housing, just money, like as a whole, like I'm thinking, like, how did man live here? Before, man just lived here, but now it's like, now that I want more for myself, I'm like, how does man actually
how are you
live
working
here?
that?
Yeah, bro.
Like, I had it like I said, my auntie just coming from Bali, and she's saying it's mad. She's saying like the cost of living over there is just so small.
Yeah, and my brethren in Thailand and that as well. I've seen people in Thailand.
Yeah, so small. Like, same money, you know. Like, imagine you go and get a remote job and go and live in Thailand for a bit. You're up. Like, you're up. Go and rent £800 all in, bills, everything all in. That's your rent, bills, everything all in.
And this is like a nice penthouse as well.
Yeah,
Isn't it? Like,
you got swimming pool time techers. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a joke.
That's mad.
Do you know what I mean? And I got a brethren that goes to Zanzibar all the time. He was saying he goes at least 3 times a year. We had a conversation this year actually, about, it was in April, about like, what is it like that you could buy over there? It's like 25k, 30k, and you got a decent villa, decent apartment.
It's mad. Cause even I'm thinking about like Qatar, like Dubai, and I'm thinking about family and that, innit? I'm thinking, I don't even want to raise my family in the UK. Like, I want to be somewhere where it's super safe.
Yeah.
So like these are the things I'm thinking now. Like I hear when you say like, yo, if I go Zanzibar and it's nice, I'm going there.
Yeah. You been to Dubai?
Nah, not yet. You know, I don't know about Dubai. I'm thinking more about.
Nah, it's beautiful, bro.
I'm thinking more about Qatar. 'Cause I feel like Dubai is getting a bit more gentrified now. Like more partying and like I feel like it's lost. I don't know. I need to go though. But I like Qatar and I like Qatar. I feel like Qatar is more quiet.
I think it depends.
Yeah.
In Dubai, you'll find what you want to find. Let's put it that way.
I hear it.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because they've got that, and they haven't got that. Like, there's sides where you don't have to do all of them sort of things. They're like, I went there, didn't party once, but you can do your thing, like family time, or you can literally go and just, like, imagine, literally, lifestyle, yacht, fast cars, all that sort of stuff. You can do that. You don't have to. You know what I mean? You can just go out every single night, have nice meals, and people say it's expensive. If you're talking about £100 a night, it's expensive, then cool. But you don't have to do £100 a night either. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you go there and you do whatever the hell you want to do. And literally it's a situation where they are open to everything. And that's what makes people want to go. Because people go, it's... You go there and you have to dress down and you have to, you can't wear anything over your knees and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they have those types of rules, but it's where, like, if you're going to go to the zoo, then cover up because it's a public place. But if you want to go out to eat, wherever you want, do you know what I mean? Like, I think the idea of what people think, when you actually ask them, have you been? Nah, shut up then. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, I've been twice, bro. Like, it's fire. Would I live there? Yeah. I've known people that live over there, but I haven't seen how it would work for me. Yeah. So I would have to go over there and live like a month and go, it could. Because my wife was a teacher, so she can go over there and work straight away. The visa over there she gets. My 2 kids can go straight into school. So I haven't even got to move straight away. She can go and do her thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Settling first, innit?
Yeah, and then I can go afterwards and we can try and make... we've looked into it, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. I know that my destination's not here. I know that for a fact. I might earn the properties that from over here, cool, but in terms of like where I want to live, I don't know yet. Do you know what I mean? But it's definitely not here. Definitely not.
So I got a question before we wrap up.
Yeah.
Wow. Just quick advice to like a young kid that's probably watching this thinking, I ain't making enough money yet to listen to what these guys are speaking about or whatever. Like, yeah, what advice would you give?
I'd say kind of 2 things that I had to do. Do a vision board and see what it is that you actually want to achieve out of life. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, look at it and be very specific. I think we are too generic in like, so I want a nice house. Where? How many bedrooms? What does it look like? Do you know what I mean? What does the road look like? You know what I mean? And be very specific in terms of like what kind of car you want, or like be very specific and very understanding of what you want out of life, because 9 times out of 10 you will get it. It's just when. And be specific in terms of the duration. So like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I would say don't go no more than 5, because a lot of things, like we said, change in that time. And then have a figure of how much you want to earn and go and look up the jobs that you would have to do to go and do that. So not everything nowadays needs a degree. Not everything nowadays needs... It can take an apprenticeship, for instance. So go and look up what you would like to do, who you would like obviously to work for, and how much you want to earn. And you might even find that none of those things appeal and you want to go and do it for yourself and be an entrepreneur. And then I would then say to that person, go and find someone who's doing it as an entrepreneur, and get a mentor and say, yo, I happily work for a pittance as it stands at the moment. If I know that I can do in 2 years what you're doing or close to, because I can't say that I got here without mentors. Like, I always had somebody that was in my ear. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Whether it was, like I said, my missus' mom, or I got a cousin that does property. Like, all those people there were always intricate in where I want to be. And like I said, my parents, bro, like, I knew that living in ends and you got both parents, you're a bad man.
Bad man.
The like, baddest. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bad man, something like, all right, cool. I know now what a foundation looks like. Do you get what I'm saying? 35 years strong. Big up to Naps and Vanessa. You get me? Like, so I'm saying I can only be on the right path if I want to copy that.
Yeah, Hondo.
Do you know what I'm saying? So if you haven't got that, it's still not the end of the world. Like, my dad was a dad to a lot of my brethren. Do you get what I'm saying? And you have to understand that sometimes if you've got two parents, you have to share them.
That's the realest spill I've ever had in my life.
So, respectfully, I think your environment plays a part, but you can also go and find a new environment. So that's no excuse. Your current situation can always change. That's no excuse, because you can do a vision board and literally like look at what you want. And then second thing is this, I'd say from a money perspective, go and do something you don't want to do. And let's see if that money makes sense. That's what I would personally say. Like, if you don't like going and work on the bins, go and do that for a good 12 months and understand the graft that they have to put in. You'll respect them a lot more. Don't just throw your things in the bin and wheel it out and say, yeah, come collect that. Like, understand the worst graft so that when you do any type of graft, you can be humble in it. Because trust me, it's tough out here, bro. Like, don't think them bin man ain't working hard. They man are up at like 3 while you're sleeping, you get me? So, yeah, man, like, them are the things that I would say to anybody. Like, go and do something you don't want to do.
Big Omar, you know.
Yeah,
Was it Omar Buchanan?
It's Omar Buchanan always. You know why? Because the last name means everything.
100%.
Everything. You get me?
Facts,
Yeah.
Facts.
Love and respect for having me, man.
It's been an
Bro,
amazing
it's
episode,
been,
bro.
honestly, man, I've been talking about doing this for so long, but it's just kind of fitting now, like, especially with what's happening moving forward, because I don't think we're really going to be having guests on like that anymore, are we?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So
So
you're
present the last one.
like, I think you might be the last like proper guest that we have on to like. We'll have obviously the Mandem and stuff on, so obviously come back on and talk certain stuff, but as a guest standalone, this is Omar Buchanan's episode. The Omar Buchanan episode, like, it's like, so
that's an honor at the same time.
hey,
You know? Love
it's
that.
a great way to end it, bro.
Trust
You
me.
get me? So yeah, we're gonna be focusing more on like ourselves as people, moving forward.
personalities
Moving forward. So yeah, I think it was the right way to end it, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love, man.
Nah, man, we
Appreciate ya.
appreciate
Trust
everything,
me.
bro. And I think it's fitting as well for the sort of place we're both in at the moment as well, to have these sort of conversations. But yeah, man, appreciate you one more time for coming through, my bro.
Man,
Just
love,
before
man.
we sign out,
Go on.
what was your missus's TED talk? What was it called?
So it's called Moving with Purpose.
Okay, and what is there a name attached to it?
Yeah.
The title.
Yeah. So I know it's not out on YouTube as of yet. I think it's coming. But we have to wait for TED basically to be like, we can put it out here, because I don't think they've put it out yet.
Okay.
So they need to approve it.
Yeah. So as soon as I'll send it to both of you.
Send them on.
definitely.
100%.
Send
Do you
them
know
on.
what I mean?
We'll repost the life.
Yeah,
out of
man.
that,
I'll
blood.
push that 100%.
Yeah? Come on.
Socials. Socials.
Socials.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What was that? Share socials.
Bro, hey.
Yo, listen. I hear it. I hear it.
Socials.
Yeah. So obviously, I only use massively Instagram, So Mr. O.JB. Yeah. I have an assured page, but everything from a personal brand perspective goes through Mr. O.JB. To be fair, so
Mo put your thing in
tag it in it
in the description and all of that down below.
You get me?
Yeah. But Last Place Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Omar, one more time.
Yeah, man, love that.
Coming through.
Love that.
I've been your host, Young Double, sexiest man alive, Sexatron, Sex the Very Sexton.
Big Tycoons, chestnut checkers.
One more time for them.
Financial coach, man. OMAR, and you know how it is.
And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Love.